Hi there, I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. Happy solstice. Today our words will be solstice, solitude, equinox, and equanimity. So we'll talk about how to pronounce these words smoothly and easily in your everyday speech, and there's some things we can learn from these words about spelling and sounds, rhythm of words. So let's go ahead and get started. So looking at the word solstice, we have first syllable stress. So my sol syllable is long and my stis syllable is short. Unlike most situations, often when we have letter O in a stress syllable, it's actually going to be the ah sound. That's what we see here in solitude. Letter O says ah, but sometimes O does say O, like in solstice. And so I've rewritten that here for you like the word soul. So my soul on the solstice. Also, this word soul has the O sound. So all three of these spellings have the same sounds. Watch out that you use diphthong O. Make sure it's a nice, clear, rounded, and long diphthong. So, solstice. You can help just what I did there, saying so by itself and holding it longer, thinking of it like O, can help you to get that sound correct. Solstice. You may find that O combination difficult, in which case you can kind of think about so, ol. That should be a schwa or an sound. Before your dark L, you're going to kind of have a little bit of a glide from your O to your ol. You can think of there being a little gliding W sound in there for you. Soul. And then in our stis syllable, we're short and light. Letter C says the s sound. Letter I has that unstressed, clear I. Solstice. Different pronunciation of solitude, even though we have some similar spelling, similar letters here. We have the SOL in solitude has the ah vowel sound. So visualizing it that as an A or an AH may help you. Then our letter I is going to say the I sound, or even a schwa, even solitude, or solitude. That's because this syllable is very short and reduced, so don't spend much time on it. Versus solstice, we'll have the I sound here. Solitude. Then lastly, we have an oo vowel in our final syllable, solitude. And this T doesn't follow the typical patterns for American English, where we would have more of a flap there, like in better or butter. We tend to use more of a D sound, a flap. In solitude, I think probably there's some secondary stress here. We have that clear oo vowel and an aspirated T, solitude. When we get to equinox or equinox, there are two correct pronunciations. So either equinox with the tense E sound, or you can use the vowel like in red, equinox or equinox. Both pronunciations have first syllable stress, and then the rest of the word sounds the same. So we have for the QU, we have the qu sound, the I, nox, the OX says an clear ah with a ks sound at the end. So try equinox or equinox. Right now it's the solstice. The equinox will be in another 3 months, or the equinox. And then we have the word equanimity. This also has first syllable stress, but doesn't have two pronunciations. We can't say equanimity, only equanimity. And the ek syllable is not stressed. Has a little secondary stress because of that clear F vowel, but in equanimity, our nim syllable is where we have the stress. So you want to hold your nim longer and be shorter and more reduced on the other sounds. So we have the sound for this letter A here. Still our qua sound, equa, nim. And then we have our itty ending. In this case, our T does turn to a flap between two vowels, so it sounds a little more like a D. We do have a lot of words in our Word of the Day playlist that end in itty, and some extra practice materials for that on speechmodification.com. So let's try just a little bit of a sentence with some of these, just to give you some practice hearing them and practicing them in context. So on the solstice, I will practice solitude. I enjoy solitude at the equinox. The equinox reminds me to think about aspiring to have equanimity towards all things. Okay, I hope these words were helpful for you, and seeing them rewritten with the IPA as well as an alternative spelling to think more about the sounds in the words. Oftentimes, words are challenging in English because of challenging patterns and accent, but also because of how they're spelled. We don't have consistent spelling patterns. We don't have one sound, one letter. So you have to be able to understand some of the overall patterns and then where there are exceptions to the rules or multiple correct pronunciations of a word. If you're having trouble choosing between multiple correct pronunciations of the word, typically use whatever's easiest for you or what you hear most around you so that you can be communicating with other people and be well understood. I hope you have a happy solstice. I look forward to seeing you again in tomorrow's Word of the Day class, as well as on Friday, we'll have our live question and answer class. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do so to show your support, and also it will help you see my content in your homepage. You can use the notifications bell if you'd like to be notified when I'm live or when I upload a new video. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. speechmodification.com. Bye, everyone. Hope to see you again soon.